and youth convention sige theme democracy dialogue and coexistence in Manipur gi mari suba tangkak ke koi the piriba the way forward asiga mari lina na ai gi oiba suggestion measures saying present on na bagi tanja piri bagi damak na reform di kai kham butcha bagaloina na moderator wa han mukta da kai kham butchari dais talin biri ba distinguished panelists sing Mangaling Sinbiriva, professors sing, academicians sing, my brothers and sisters. Nasige youth ki present we are very serious to deal with this present ethnic violence and we are ready to move forward. Today we take pride in our unique identity while cherishing our multicultural, multi-ethnic issues. Politics in Manipur must acknowledge and reflect the reality of our diverse population. Ethnicity plays a significant role in shaping political dynamics, although other factors like religion, economic, education, and ideology also bind our communities. To move forward, understanding, negotiating, discussion, the demands of different ethnic groups within the framework of democracy is essential. Regrettably, violence has become deeply ingrained in our Manipur's politics and tonight our collective physique. Dialogue and negotiation should be our chosen path. But violence is unfortunately taken or become a means to expressing our political demand. We must explore ways to live peacefully without resorting to any sort of violence. It is a known fact that the Meitei community comprises of 53% of the total population of the state. Other minorities communities such as Nagas, Kukis, the Meitei Pangans represent 24%, 16% and 8.4% of the state's representations, respectively. Till now, based on the available evidences, this communal violence or ethnic violence, in other words, killed more than 180 people, wounded more than 400, and displaced closely 60,000 people in the whole state. It is extremely sad to see the loss of many innocent lives and property owing on the ongoing inter-ethnic clashes between the Meitei and the Kuki Jo community in Manipur. The immediate cause of this rising communal crisis, as widely alleged, seemed to be the order of the Manipur High Court directing the Manipur state government to submit its recommendation to include the Meitei community in the scheduled tribe list. Regarding the present serious and brutal inter-ethnic crisis in Manipur, I am compelled to bring up some significant issues to be addressed urgently as part of the way forward policies, suggestive measures, and the same are laid down below for immediate restoration of normalcy and peace in the state. Suggestive measures, the way forward policies. We come to the crucial question, but we shall not hesitate to answer it unequivocally and to say that separation, which is the only solution to this heinous ethnic violence as allegedly claimed by the tribal Kuki Jo people, may invite more and more Chos and cleavages and may create problematic towards the majority people of the state. Some allegedly claim that no other solution of the problem is possible. Some palliative may serve the purpose temporarily, but unless the problem is solved in a statesman-like way, it will worsen the position and create greater cleavage between the tribal Kuki-Jo community and the Manipuris, especially the Meitei community, resulting in the disintegration of northeastern part of India. The first point is Manipur's population as per census figure since 1951 and 1901. Manipur's total population in 1951 was 5,77,635, consisting of 3,47,325 Hindus, 68,394 Christians, and 37,197 Muslims. In 2011, the corresponding figures were 28,55,791 total population, out of which 11,81,876 were Hindus, 11,79,043 are Christians, and 2,39,836 are Muslims. In 2011, compared to 2001, the Muslim growth was minus 0.4%, whereas the Christian growth was 7.3%. For comparison, Christians grew 34% in 2001, whereas Muslim grew 8.8% compared to 1991. Manipur's total population increases 4.94 times during 1951 to 2011. Was slightly higher than that of Hindus, 3.4 times, lower than Muslims, 6.45 times. But Christian increased 17.24 times, almost 3.5 times of total population increased. Since 1901, Manipur's population has increased 10 times. Therefore, the population commission of all the communities residing in the state must be established so as to enable the state to identify the illegal or legal migrants or immigrants in the state. Until and unless there is a population commission, it would not be possible to identify all those illegal or legal migrants and immigrants in the state. Such a mechanism should be established in the state of Manipur on a priority basis. Number two, it is very much necessary to take prompt and timely action for immediate restoration of peace in the state while concerning the present ongoing ethnic crisis in Manipur based on the flight of the people grapple with the grave situation in the state. Number three, the territorial integrity of the state of Manipur should be maintained at all costs. As a supporter of the BJP-led government in Manipur, I pledge that our party will not compromise on the territorial integrity of the state. Number four, no separate administration should be allowed at all costs in response to demand of any particular ethnic community. Any workable disruptions while concerning the state's territorial integrity should not be allowed. However, the tribal Khetrigao community strongly allegedly claimed that the recent state-sponsored ethnic cleansing program has irrefutably shown both to the nation and to the world that the tribals, in particular the Khetrigao people and the Meiteis, can no longer live together peacefully under one administration. Historical evidence shows that there have always been ups and downs while concerning the relationship between the tribals and the Meitei in the state of Manipur during the pre-colonial, colonial and the post-colonial period as clearly revealed in the Saitharon Kumapa, the Royal Chronicle of Manipur and other puyas also. It is recorded in the Saitharon Kumapa that as a part of the subjugation of tribes staying in southeastern hills, King Munyamba, who ruled during 1562 to 1597 AD, defeated Tosen village of 100 houses by capturing their chief Nashilo. He defeated the Moyan tribesmen and Gails Mithun were taken as booties. Many villages, including Chakpa and Ningzen, were captured. Unlike other villages, the Anan villages defeated the king Mugyamba, though they lost their chief Sintoipa. Gangumai Gabui, History of Manipur Pre-Colonial Period. It is written in volume number 1, National Publishing House, Delhi, 1991, page number 206. The Saitharon Kumava mentioned the fact that the house, commoners or hill people of Manipur, chased them up all the way to Macau, hitting at the stern of the boats as they chased the looted boats at Macau. The royal swords, shields and brass pots were lost. 10 royal ladies died. Sarojini Nalini Arambam had written in the court Chronicles of the Kings of Manipur, the Saitaron Kumaba, Volume 1, Rolex publication, London 2005, page number 63. The Saitaron Kumaba also mentioned that the king of Manipur, Mungamba, sent many expeditions in the southern hills, including Changbi, Lakonphai village on the Tuyai River, now in the southern hills of Manipur, bordering Sin Hills and Mizoram. There was a group of invaders called Tongang coming from southwestern side under the leadership of Hosam and Narang. The tribal Khetrigao communities also allegedly claim that they are now away in the majority Meitei community dominated areas. Likewise, the Meiteis are entirely absent from the tribal Khetrigao dominated areas. The tribal Khetrigao people have a strong belief that it would not be possible to stay together peacefully. Number 5, the issues of the poppy cultivation and narco-terrorism has often been brought into limelight for the present ongoing conflict between the tribal Khetrigao groups, and they blame each other. It is noted that Manipur has been facing a drug abuse problem for many decades. Now, it has been widely accepted that there has been poppy cultivations and drug manufacture in the state. The query is simple but sometimes perplex one. Who is involved in the poppy cultivation and narco-terrorism? Who are the mastermind people who used to get involved and are patronized behind this heinous crime? This needs to be acted swiftly and identified on a priority basis to enable the state machineries to take further course of action. Yet it is further remarked that there is no absolute evidence of the involvement of only the tribal Khetrigao people in these commercial transactions and activities. There are further reports that other communities are also involved in these illegal business activities, including the hands of the big political leaders and social activists. Nevertheless, the Manipur government's bewildered mission on the war on drugs has not been successful on a wider scale. It is categorically successful in social media only. Point number 6. Presently, timely intervention by the center with a resettlement plan of all the victims is an urgent need. An immediate resettlement plan for both the communities displaced in and outside the state of Manipur is our main agenda. And an immediate necessary action upon this serious crisis should be taken up. Plans should be executed for the resettlement of displaced members of both communities to their original places and location as early as possible. It is necessary to find out the immediate causal factors that trigger this unprecedented large-scale ethnic violence in Manipur and address the issues behind the communal classes that have been rocking the state. Point number 8, any politicians and leaders who are involved in such ethnic crisis directly or indirectly, they should be dispensed with in the legal court of India. Suspension of operation, PEC signatory Kuki militant cadres should maintain the ground rules and should be restricted to their designated camp at any cost. Probe should be conducted to find out whether they are involved in the killings of civilians. Border fencing, with special reference to Myanmar, borders should be given a priority as it plays a crucial role for this current mayhem. It should be taken up as an immediate corrective measures. Accountability should be maintained as a part of the way forward policy for the state, normalcy and stability. In one of the webinars conducted by the Church Auxiliary for Social Action, in short CASA, held on August 20, 2023, Professor Sanjoy Hazarika, the well-known author, scholar, researcher, filmmaker and journalist, who is currently International Director of the Commonwealth's Human Rights Initiative, talked of the maintenance of accountability while dealing with the present situation in Manipur. The grim and shaky situation indicates the accountability of police, intelligence agencies, the civil administration, should be fixed. Even the media channel, which has become normalized habitually to promote the red herring from the conducive environment of their studios in the highly developed or metropolitan cities and Delhi NCR. Regions need to be accountable to all the people of the country. Bias and selective reporting should be erased at the root level, and an in-person reporting and information should be broadcasted for the general good of people and healthy journalism. It is the need of the hour to be amenable in all the perspective regarding the reporting of this ethnic riot. Reporting should not be done to suit the interests of one particular community, but it should be engaged applicably in the interests of the communities of the state of Manipur. Different layers of hard decisions at the level of the center and the state government should be timely and swiftly taken up to book the defaulters as it sends any community or socio-political allegiance. It should be done on an immediate basis, which should be free from a bias and prejudiced. Otherwise, it would further create any great cleavage between the two communities on a wider scale. A collective effort consisting of all the stakeholders should be established or set up as way forward policy for this ethnic violence. It is quite clear that the ruling outfit has to reach out to all the political parties in the aim of projecting a political unity of purpose, as the national security is at stake. All the civil society organizations, retired civil and defense personnel, academicians, intellectuals and intelligentsia of all the communities, especially the two warring communities, will have to sit together and share their grievances. They should have to work together to demonstrate a shared common perspective and commitment to restore normalcy and stability in the state of Manipur.
Your time is going to be over, so
I will take a few more minutes. I just wanted to.
Okay.
Disarmament should be calculatedly projected in any society. A society which has weapons lead to a sure receipt for catastrophe. Therefore, the need of the hour is to disarm the armed cadre who are involved in looting the sophisticated arms and ammunition from the police armories. It is remarkably noted that mere appeal to those armed cadres to return the sophisticated weapon will not work. Concerted and deliberate operations will have to be launched, coupled with incentive for those who voluntarily surrender. The role of the youth from all the communities in solving the current mahim of Manipur are quite significant. They should be invited for talks, as they are crucial for the restoration of normalcy and peace in the state itself. It is quite possible to say that peace and stability in the state would be returned at a faster scale if the youth take a significant, serious role in this ethnic violence. It is also remarkably important to mention the point that a transparent, energetic and spirited unified common structure which is applicable to all the communities will work and figure out to root out the state of Manipur from the current chores. The issues of religion in this current mayhem should not be touched at it will to the part of catastrophic and destructive perspective in all angles, political, economic, social and educational. It should be washed away the psychosocial damage that has cast its shadow on the minds of children will need to be whiffed out through a well-planned strategy at the school and college level. The strategic way or plans should be chalked out at a faster pace. An NRC updating process should be given an essential priority task in Manipur. Such a task should be taken up after consulting with all the stakeholders of all the communities in the state of Manipur. Otherwise, it will bring more and more chores, crises and disasters in the state of Manipur. An initiative plan of registered of indigenous inhabitants of Manipur on the line of the Register of Indigenous Inhabitants of Nagaland should be set up to solve the problem of illegal migrants and to identify the indigenous or native or ape origins people in the state. Further, it should be linked with the ILPS guidelines, which were officially implemented since January 1, 2020. In this section at clause I, mention all indigenous persons and permanent residents are exempted. In this context, the government of Manipur has mention the list of the indigenous communities and permanent resident by marking the 1961 as the base year. However, the problem is about the base year is there is no document for 1961 base year. This base year is highly consensus and debatable one amongst the scholars, ethnographers, historians, sociologists, and political scientists of the state. It is noted that there were two previous drafts of the inner line permit system called the Manipur Regulation of Non-Local People Act 2016 and the Protection of Manipur Population People's Bill 2015, which talk of 1972 and 1951 as base year. However, if such a tax is implemented in the right time and right hour, it will at least whip out the perplexed issues between the tribal Khetrigao communities and Meitei community in future. Another way forward policy is about the amendment of Manipur Land Reform Act 1960. There should be whipping out of the exclusive policy of the minorities, especially the Meitei Pangan in the state. Inclusive policies should be implemented in Manipur. Besides, the Manipur Petty Land Conservation Act of 2014 should be thoroughly enforced in the whole state. Otherwise, it would create more and more perplexed. Lastly, a proportional representation of all political, educational, economic and social affairs consisting of all the groups, including the minority Meitei Pangan community, should be set up on a priority basis in the state. It should be taken up as an immediate corrective measures. It should be observed in job vacancies in all the institutes of Manipur. The need of an hour is to fill up backlog vacancies of the communities and all the respective institutes. In the light of the above mentioned points, suggestive measures for forward to or the way forward policies for the current MIAM, it is much necessary to set up these corrective measures in the wake of this current choice. It is widely understood that as a nation, the geostrategic dimension of prolonging this standoff will severely dent our national security and the national interest. Let us work out a solution that we will neither fall prey on the divisive base advocate layout of any prejudice reporting of media, nor normalize any hostile and doubtful components to push their alienating plot down our throats. But it is Manipur or anywhere else in the country or the nation or the world or the universe. We should positively hope that a lasting, peaceful, harmonious, free of bloodless situation can be seen in Manipur as early as possible without the hindrance and obstruction. Thank you very much.